Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is JT from Above and Below the Belt. I want to talk about this whole conversation or whatever. Some people's talking about. I guess. And I don't think a lot of people's talking about. Maybe I don't know. I might be wrong, but the whole conversation is about who's the face of boxing, and that's what I want to speak on today. And it's always some people. Well, people saying it's Canelo, and some people saying it's Deontay Wilder. And maybe some people might say it's Terence Crawford or and they said it was Anthony Joshua too. I forgot. I can't forget about him. I mean, I know he lost at the same time. Andy Reid's got the belts now too, but Andy Reid's only got the belt, so he's brand new. So he's not the face of boxing, not yet. I wouldn't. I mean, that's what I'm thinking right now. But you know what I'm saying. But at the same time, I think it's between Deontay Wilder and Canelo Alvarez. But at the same time, I'm gonna just break it down between Canelo Alvarez and Deontay Wilder, and I come to a conclusion who's the face of boxing. Canelo Alvarez, he got more wins on his record. Of course, he got more well-known names on his record compared to Deontay Wilder. He's got Shane Mosley, Cotto. He has Floyd Mayweather, which he lost to, Laura. He has Austin Trout, Daniel Jacobs. He has Triple G, and he has Shane Mosley, and I think I probably named him already, but he got a couple other people on his resume too at the same time. But those people that I named too is like Shane Mosley, Cotto, past their prime. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about the people right like Austin Trout, Laura, Daniel Jacobs, and Triple G. Which Austin Trout, Laura, and Triple G, both of them fights. Except for Daniel Jacobs, it was controversial. You know what I'm saying? It was really close. The Daniel Jacobs fight, Canelo Alvarez, he won that. He didn't dominate, but he still won it. But getting back to Deontay Wilder, only people I recognize on his resume is Luis Ortiz and Tyson Fury. With Tyson Fury, which I believe that he lost against Deontay Wilder. I think he lost that fight, but they gave it to him. I mean, they gave him a draw instead of giving him a loss because it's more politics in boxing than anything. I mean, for any sport, really. You know what I'm saying? It's not just boxing. But the thing about it is, he just don't have. It's just not a lot of well-known names in the heavyweight. So that's why he's fighting Luis Ortiz. I think in September or in August, I'm thinking, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but it's one of them months. But then in February, like yesterday, Tyson Fury just announced that he's gonna be fighting him again in February the 22nd or something like that, whatever. So at the beginning of next year, 2020. But that's why I give Canelo a little bit of the advantage of that, because he got well-known names in his resume, more wins too on top of that. I know Deontay Wilder got 40 wins and like 40 knockouts or something like that, one draw. So he don't have a somewhat of a great resume, but he don't have a bad resume. He just don't have well-known names on his resume, just like Terence Crawford. But another thing too, Canelo Alvarez is the money maker. I know some people saying that money should make to make the face of boxing, but I think so to a certain degree, because if they're paying that person the most money, I mean, you would think that he must be great at what he do. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I look at it. I mean, some people might have another opinion on that. Because I know once somebody broke it down, talking about like I know Tom Brady's not the most. I mean, the highest paid quarterback, is some other quarterbacks getting paid more than him. But but Tom Brady's the best quarterback in football. You know what I'm saying? So, but when it comes down to I think when it comes down to boxing, I think it's the total opposite. I think it's, it might be the best, but I could be wrong too at the same time. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I don't have Canelo Alvarez on my pound for pound number one. She's like number 3. Close, maybe number 2. I'm going back and forth with that. But Terence Crawford's still my pound for pound number 1. You know what I'm saying? But I know his resume is not like Canelo Alvarez, but hopefully his contract ends next year, and he'll start fighting the Danny Jacobs and the Mikey Garcias and the Keith Thurmans and the Errol Spence Juniors and all that. So that definitely keep him up there. And if he win, and we'll definitely see who he's all about right now. But the people, but he came up on weight and beating them too on top of that. But getting back to Canelo Alvarez and Deontay Wilder. Canelo Alvarez has he's just, one thing is with Canelo Alvarez, he came up on weight too. He came from 140, if I'm not mistaken, to now at 160 and maybe 168. You know what I'm saying? That's impressive too. So just but with Deontay Wilder, he been in one weight division. Ain't no, it's heavyweight division, nothing else. It's like middleweight, super middleweight, cruiserweight, light heavyweight, whatever, and then heavyweight. You know what I'm saying? And he's in the heavyweight division. And other than that, he can't go up on weight. You know what I'm saying? But heavyweights are, heavyweights don't be on the pound list. They can't be on the pound list because at the same time, it's all about going up on weight and beating people bigger than you, or a size that you shouldn't be, a weight division that you shouldn't be in, but you still beating them and dominating them. That's where Terence Crawford come into place. But it's not about Terence Crawford right now. So that goes to Canelo Alvarez right there. The money, and him going up on weight, and he got a better resume and stuff like that. Who's well known? I would definitely. Who's well known? Maybe Canelo Alvarez might be well known, but I think on this side of the track, he still might be well known than Deontay Wilder. I could be wrong. Deontay Wilder could be well known. I'm looking on I was on his Instagram page. Deontay Wilder got 2.2 million followers, and then Canelo Alvarez got 5 million followers. You know what I'm saying? But one thing about both of them in the ring, who's very skilled is Canelo Alvarez. Goes to Canelo Alvarez again. You see what I'm saying? He learned from fighting Floyd Mayweather's and Laura's and Austin Trout, Triple G. Because he didn't fight Triple G like I think 3 years ago. He gave up his WBC belt, I think, and then he fought him like 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Canelo fighting Triple G. I guess he wasn't ready, so so he gave up his belt. So people say that was a duck, which I believe that was a duck. But I can't, I'm not gonna hold that. Well, you could hold that against him. It depends on if you like Canelo Alvarez or if you don't like Canelo Alvarez. But me, he did what he did, and it's a done deal. But this is not about that. It's about who's face of boxing. And he unified. He was the unified middleweight champion of the world instead of undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. The undisputed champion of the world, middleweight champion of the world, Canelo Alvarez. So he's but Canelo Alvarez is he had all three, I think 3 of the belts, but Deontay Wilder he only has 1 belt. So all the categories that I'm saying, Canelo Alvarez wins. To me, I think Canelo Alvarez is the face of boxing. Now, I don't care what nobody say. They can say Deontay Wilder. So I would disagree with that. You know what I'm saying? But he's not a very skilled fighter. He's a knockout artist. He only has the WBC belt. He don't have the other 3 belts. I think Canelo have a big fan base because he's been in boxing longer than Deontay Wilder. he fought the some of the greats and some of the Hall of Famers. I mean, Deontay Wilder didn't have. He only fought maybe Luis Ortiz and Tyson Fury might be Hall of Famers, but other than that, anybody except that is not. I don't think gonna be in the Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, other than that, I think it's Canelo Alvarez.